The YCS has come and gone, and we're going to be revisiting our tier list because everybody said we need to do so. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so we don't miss out on more awesome content. So if I missed something for this tier list, I apologize. Again, we're going to be revisiting the same one that we had, but this time I've added tier 0 to make everybody feel a little bit better. So I guess we're just going to dig on in here. So Albaz, where do we put this now? The deck, I didn't see any performance out of it. I still think that the deck remains as a tier 2 contender, and will probably remain to do so for quite some time. It is still one of the best decks really in the room for the rogue category, in my opinion. It's been power crept so far out of existence that it's just kind of sad. Oh boy. I said Sword Soul in the previous video that I'd put it in tier 2, but after reading some of the reports from players that played Sword Soul, I think I gotta move it down here to Rogue now. I think that this deck does not actually really... I think it's below tier 2 now. Just some of the damage that kind of came out of this weekend. Math Mech. So on a local level, this deck can still do well, but the Bysteel cards now exist, and this deck needs a chance to really perform. Can we even put it in Rogue anymore? I'm going to put it down here in We Tried, because I kind of feel like this deck might have fallen way further than I think the community really wants to let it have its chance here. Oh man, Crystal Beast. Does this, on a local level still, this deck is really, really solid. It can still do something. Is it better than Math Mech? I think so. The problem here is that this deck, this doesn't lose to Bysteel. I mean, you still have to focus on Conclave controlling it up, but if you can't Conclave control it up, you're just going to fall to the wayside. So yeah, I'm going to put it in Rogue for now. All right, this is all subject to change as we make the video. Blackwings, this had some case tournament toppings, and it was just kind of that. I'm going to put it down here and We Tried. It's once again sad to say that the deck, once again, it had some cool chances, but like the way that the format is shifting, it's just getting pushed down here out of existence. Mystic Mine. I think Mystic Mine's better than... I'm going to put Mystic Mine here in the tier 2 category as a little bit of a placeholder. We'll come back and revisit this as we go. Oh boy. Oh, what more do I really need to say about just your overall power scaling here, man? Like, when you look at some of the rest of this format, this is our benchmark right here. This is the best deck in the room. 20 plus in terms of representation. This is the monster. This is the thing that players are scared of. This is the boogeyman at the end of the night. This is where you have to aim to beat. And if you don't aim for this, then you're really going to fall off the face of the map. So it's really sad to say that this is the monster in the room that's really scary. Now, on that topic, Flunder's going to go, I would say this is like tier 0.5. I still think Flunder's like in like the tier 1 category for sure. This particular deck definitely has got the chance to do well, and will still continue to do well in the format. It's very, very interesting to see, how Flunder has, withstood that test of time and has maintained its dominance as that rogue deck, because the deck plays much differently than a lot of your other options here. Now, the Sprite Adventure deck performed relatively well out of the weekend. I saw obviously a lot of these variants popping up regionally. I do think out of regionals, this deck has kind of gotten a rejuvenated interest going for it. I mean, you play it with the Bysteel package, you set up a lot of negates, do a lot of things. This variant is definitely showing up as the better variant for sure. Runic Sprite, I'm going to put back here at the end. This variant has, with the Ishizu cards now, this variant is a lot harder to kind of get off the ground. The Scareclaw variant of this It's definitely better than the rest of the format in the room, but it's not better than a lot of this. Like, this variant is just so far ahead that you just don't even play this. It's the same thing for this variant. Like, this variant's just, checked out. Same thing with the adventure variant of this, checked out of the room. All right, like these would still be in your tier 1.5 category, but this version is just superior to anything that these decks can do right now. I'm going to put this right here. This is just regular Sprite with Bysteel. You can play your Tri-Brigade package with this and have some success with it. I think that that's fine. You can do relatively well with this. And then the Evil Twin build, I think the Evil Twin build, both of these, see, the problem with these two is these two have taken much more of a back seat right now. I think the Runic build is better than this build overall, but in terms of this, it's just fallen off the face of the map. And then tier without anything, just put pure tier back here. Like, by far, 100 million miles ahead of the rest of the competition. So that's honestly my thoughts on that. Now, I guess we got to get into the nitty gritty here. Exosister. This deck didn't even perform. I hate to say it. Like, I'm going to put it down here. I'm also going to move Aluber and Friends down here, too. Honestly, Mystic Mine, having it here as a placeholder is kind of rough. Like, this deck didn't even really do anything. I will tell you what is doing something, though, right now. Out of a couple of regionals out of the weekend, we started to see some movements in actual pure Runic. Shizu Runic showed up, actually started to kind of detour the format, and actually kind of made a couple people kind of second guess this deck as a rogue card. Well, Robbie, the Shizu cards mess this deck up. Yes, but this deck also has the Shizu cards, so I can force interrupt, target yours, try to force you to use your effects before I trigger my field spell. I hate to tell you that, but that's actually pretty solid in my opinion. This has a lot going for it. All right, and then I'm going to put Pure Runic here as well because, oddly enough, Crooked Cook version of this build showed up as well and really started to do something. So this was very nice to see. Now, regular Dragon League without Bysteel cards is definitely a we tried category. Definitely spacing that one out here. Now, Naturia Bysteel. This deck, I've heard a lot of people talking about this deck has bricks going for it, I think a very good player can round this out. This did top 16 a regional, barely missing out, but in the format where this is running around and this performed, that's really good. Rika got 39th out of the YCS. I'm going to put that in tier 2. That's pretty helpful, actually. Seeing that this deck can do something, clawing its way up from the bottom is really good. Eldritch, I'm going to put this in Rogue. Skill Drain's still an amazing card. It still can round out a lot of your format issues and can still do really good. Sky Striker I'm also going to put in Rogue. Oddly enough right now, Sky Striker with linkage, and especially with like Bysteel cards running around, this deck still performed once or twice for the local level. It's fine. I'm also going to put Dragon Link Bysteel in tier 2. I think this deck in the right option trees, especially with like the Thunder package, the Bysteel stuff. I mean, if you're playing your package of, a Shizu, you can get off the ground and you can really get places. Also, people keep telling me I need to put Draco Slayer in Rogue. I think for a local level, this deck can also grind out relatively well and can catch a lot of people off guard. I'm also going to put Chatri up here. I think once more people start to see what this deck is capable of, the rank 7 turbo, your shenanigans with this, I think that this deck will really take off. And then Dragomade definitely is going in the We Tried category. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put this in Rogue. I have seen a couple of these lists take off with this. I've seen this deck do a couple of things. It's not really what it once was, in my opinion. So this is how I'm kind of feeling right now for the format. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.